Good day everyone, I am Claudine Paca. I am the reporter of this topic that we will discuss later on. Then, so much further ado, let's start our short exercises. This short exercise is called Guess What? I know nga familiar tatanan ani. Then next, it is composed of 5 republics with Sunni Muslim culture and Turkic population. The answer is Central Asia. The next, the Central Asia republics were formerly known as blank with people of Turkic origin. The answer is Turkestan. The Siberian name means giant sleeping. Next, it is the world's longest direct railway. The answer is Trans-Siberia Railway. The largest and potentially richest part of Russia. The answer is Siberia. Then that could be all. Then let's start our topic. And our topic for today is Central Asia and Siberia. Learning objectives. At the end of the discussion, the students are expected to understand Central Asia and Siberia, enumerate the 5 stands in Central Asia, and 2 famous lakes and rivers. Central Asia with Russia, Siberia is considered new frontier. Then, ang Central Asia day with Russia, Siberia, di consider siya new frontier. Unsa man new frontier? A new frontier is, kuan siya, theater. Then, previously, this area was unimportant, but today it is watched more closely as one of the largest unexplored and coveted parts of Asia. Ang Siberia di sa una, kay dili siya is known kayo, dili siya importante, but today, tungod kay na-explored na siya, o daghanang na well-developed, muna siya nga, known siya today. Then, the Central Asian republics were formerly known as Turkestan with people of origin, and Siberia is the largest and potentially richest part of Russia. Ayaw mo kalibog ha, ang Siberia, it is a part of Russia. So, ang main jud ani niya is ang Russia. Sabi ang Siberia, part siya sa Russia. Then, Siberia, Russia's Asia. Russia is more of an Asian country due to the Siberian territory, which makes up to 77% of Russia. The name Siberia, which means sleeping giant. Siberia, like China, is not only now coming into world attention. Then, ang Siberia is pareha siya sa China, kaysa una ang China, dili pa gud siya ingon nga well-developed. Daghan pa siya walang discover, but for now, ang China is, di ba big sila nga population karon, daghan na pud kaayo nga mga maayohon, daghan nagnakuan sa China kay well-developed naman sila, and karon pud ang Siberia, daghan na pud og na-discover og well-developed na. Then, most original settlers were Russians and Ukrainians, but there are others like the groups of Germans, Mongols, and Turkics, the Aboriginal Asians, Eskimos, Yakuts, and the Chinese and Sakhalin Koreans. The official language is Russian, but natives speak their own languages. Kasagaran dito namin is mga Russians and Ukrainians. Do diba ang Russians and Ukrainians, friends sila? Friend cities? Then, Novosibirsk or Vladivostok is the largest city. Other important locations are Sakhalin Island, Kamchatka, Tova, Tomsk, Omsk, and Chumen. Ang kaning Novosibirsk is mo siya ang capital city sa Russia. And there are 2 famous river and lake which are Angara River. Ang Angara River is pinakadako siyang river sa Siberia nga connection siya sa lake silbing sa Lake Baikal. Silbing ang tubig niya is kanang undergo siya dito sa Lake Baikal. Then ang Baikal Lake is the world's largest and deepest freshwater lake. Then, Siberia, Russia's Asia. Siberia has the world's coldest temperature and the world's coldest winter. Icy Siberian winds bring cold hills in December to February to tropical countries like the Philippines. Ang Siberia sa pareho po siya sa Philippines na po siya season like December to February sa atua kay kanang tingbugnaw man na siya no, pareha po siya sa Siberia. Then, Siberia is a natural resources treasure house of Russia. It has the world's largest deposits of oil and gas, coal and iron, forests as large as all of Europe, half the world's gold and diamonds. So ingani kadato ang Siberia mo ni siya nga gisakop siya sa Russia. So we will discuss that later on. Then ingani kadato ang Siberia, daghan siya og kanang mga maayohon, daghan pa siya kanang wala pa ma-develop. Then Trans-Asia Siberia Railway. Mo ni siya ang pinakadako nga railway line, longest direct railway ni siya. Then na-connect ni siya sa Europe with Asia since 1891 to 1905. Kung sa atoa pa ni sa Philippines, kay mura bitaw siya San Juanico Bridge, taas kayo siya. Nya kani siya kay kanang connected ni siya from Europe. Then kaning Hachila del Char mo ni siya ang kanang history book sa two men nga ni adventure dito sa Trans Siberia Railway nga si Manuel Quezon and Teodoro. Then kaning Dacolag Archipelago, Nobel ni siya sa mga communist nga sila si Lenin, Stalin nga ni excelled sa Siberia nga nihimo leader sila og ni excelled enemy sila sa state sa Siberia. Then previously no religion was tolerated, but the open economy brought a religious revival with many churches being built, the largest being the Orthodox Russian denomination. Wala sila gitolerate nga kanang religion dito, but tungod sa kadako sa ilang lugar dito, daghan na kayong kanang nagtukod og mga churches, but ang pinakadako jud nila nga churches dito is kanang church Orthodox Russian nga kasagaran to mga Muslim ra. Then in 1906 AD, the Russians subdued local tribes and began expeditions to conquer Siberia. Gipildi sa mga Russian people ang mga local tribes aron masulo nila ang Siberia. Kakining Siberia very interesting place. Anong very interesting place man? Tungod silang kadato, daghan pag wala ma-develop nya daghan sa maayuhon ang Siberia mo na nga gusto sa mga Russian people nga isakupo nila ang lugar nga Siberia. Then by the end of the 17th century, Russia had colonized Siberia all the way to the Pacific Ocean. So kani nga panahon na nga gi-colonize na gyud sa mga Russian people ang Siberia tung kanang hantod sa tanang part sa Siberia ilang sakop. Then Russia neglected it except to obtain on the valuable animal fur, which was both a necessity and luxury in the cold winters. In 1891 to 1905, the building of the Trans-Siberian Railway was improved access to the remote frontier and brought more settlers who came on their own, followed the prisoners. So kani nga sa panahon sa 1891 to 1905, na-improve na ang Trans-Siberian Railway kay na-colonize naman ni sa Russia silbing ang mga Russian people ay nagkanang develop ani. Dayon in 1970s, Russia began the largest public works project in history to develop Siberia. The large-scale development created many industrial towns and infrastructure. Today, Siberia is the heartland of Russian people. Then, Siberia is the land of promise for Russia. Gikuan ni sa taga-Russia ang Siberia nga land of promise. Tungod kay daghan pa man gisara nila nga ang kanang ang Siberia buhatan nila mga infrastructure din wala pa man kayo nila na kuan sa Russia mo na nga gihimo nila nga land of promise. Then Central Asia, a tinderbox region. Central Asia, formerly Turkestan, is composed of 5 republics with Sunni Muslim culture and Turkic population, which are the words end with stan, which are the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan. But among all these 5, the largest is the Kazakhstan. Then they are bounded by the Caspian Sea, Siberia, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and China. Most of the region is desert and dry steppe. One of the world's driest desert is Turkmenistan. The Karakum Desert apply called the graveyard caravans. So kasagaran na to kasagaran na rin sa katong five stand is kanang kasagaran dito ka desert to init. Di ba kasagaran na to makita sa kanang mga salida like nakakuha mo sa salida nga kanang mga Indian, mga Afghanistan ay party nga na kay puro desert no. Like adto sila kasagaran mag-shooting. Then in Tashkent is found the world's largest cotton mill. So sa Tashkent di ay adto di makita ang pinakadako nga kuan sa mga gapasan. Then Kazakhstan, the largest of the five republics, is Russia's main source of copper, lead, and zinc, so very sabotable. Then Uzbekistan is the main source of cotton and rice. Total population of the five republics is over 61 million with a high Muslim birth rate. Here may be found the Uzbeks, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, Turkmens, and Tajiks, and the diaspora of 500,000 Uyghurs who were ousted from the Xinjiang province of China. These Central Asians are Turkic, Mongol, Arabic descent, with an Islamic culture and Muslim religion. The following things are significant about Central Asian history. Central Asia and its cities Bukhara, Samarkand, and Tashkent were renowned centers of ancient civilization. The region lay on the historic Silk Road between Europe and Asia and was crossroads of people, ideas, and goods. In the Middle Ages, it was one of the most highly developed and prosperous parts of the Arab and Persian. Ang kuan di ay, ang Siberia di ay, Russia, Siberia is highly developed sila. Diba dako kay ang Russia no? As we see sa katong naibalita-balita sa kanang Ukraine and Russia, diba dako kayo ang Russia compare sa kanang Ukraine rather. Then the states became part of the 16 republics of the former USSR, and after that broke up in 1989, they separated into independent republics but have been largely isolated until recently. USSR. Unsa ning USSR? The USSR is Union Soviet Socialist Republics. The region is a tinderbox and may become battleground for outside powers, for it has frequently been squeezed by great powers and their power plays. 500,000 Uyghurs scattered in the region, many of them ousted from China, advocate the creation of one independent. And that could be all. And the references is Zaidi Gregorio F. and Zaidi M. Book of History of Asian Nations, and pictures are from internet. And this is the assessment. And that could be all, everyone. Thank you for the listening.
Good day, everyone. I am Trisha G. Lumawag, and my discussion is about Central Asia and Siberia. Islamic State of East Turkestan. It is formerly part of Afghanistan and the Xinjiang region of China. China and some countries believe it is a terrorist movement. The Uyghurs deny that they are terrorists and cite the similarity of their cause to colonization of Tibet by China. In July 2009, protested by the Uyghurs and China drew world attention to their cause. So, Uyghurs, ni-deny sila nga terrorist sila kay sa Afghanistan manggod is nay nahitabo nga war. Then nay mga kanang terrorist nga wala pa nasakpan kay nitago sila sa kanang mountain. Kuan man to kanang war si jangan heta sa Afghanistan nga which is ang leader is si Osama bin Laden. Then aguban is wala man nasakpan sa US military kay nanago man sila sa sa mountain sa Afghanistan bitaw. So motong ang mga taos dani is nito sila nga basing Uyghurs kay mga terrorist sila. So Uyghurs pod is ni-deny sila nga di daw sila mga terrorist. Then cite sila sa ilang similarity of their cause to colonization of Tibet by China. From 704 to 715 AD, Muslim Arabs overran Central Asia and captured an ancient city of Bukhara and Samarkand in Uzbekistan. Along the famous Silk Road, they converted the Central Asia to Sunni Island and left them an Islamic culture heritage and way of life. So they gi-converted nila Central Asia to Sunni Island and ilang gi-left to into Islamic culture heritage and way of life. Tamerlane. One of the famous historical characters of this region was known to the West as Tamerlane. He was lame but a fierce conqueror. So, one of the famous historical characters sa ilang region is si Tamerlane. He was known locally as Timur the Great. So, naila pud siya as Timur the Great. His empire was the Timur Empire, 1370 to 1506. Timur was descendant of the Mongol conquerors, but his people have become more Turkistan Persian in culture. He earned to reassert their glorious past and conquer much of Western and Central Asia, starting from his capital of Samarkand in Uzbekistan. Subdued the neighboring tribes and also invaded Iran, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Armenia, Georgia, the gates of Russia, Afghanistan, and India. So, daghan-daghan day po ning invaded si Tamerlane nga mga lugar. So, apil ag Iran, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Armenia, Georgia, Russia, Afghanistan, and India. His empire extended from Mongolia in the east to the Volga River in the west. So, extend ijang empire sugod gikan sa Mongolia in the east but to Volga River in the west. Tamerlane, one of the famous greatest conqueror, died in 1405 and was buried in Samarkand. His kingdom fell to the Tartar hordes in 1506. So, si Tamerlane is one of the world's greatest conqueror nga namatay during 1405 and gilubong sa Samarkand. Ang ijang empire is napunta sa Tartar hordes in 1506. Timur became popular in the West because of his victory over the Ottoman Turks. Today, he is a national hero in Uzbekistan, and his tomb in Samarkand is protected by the jade slab with the words, "Where I live today, mankind will tremble." Legend claims that in 1991, a Russian anthropologist examined Timur's grave and found another inscription whose "Open my tomb should unleash another invader more terrible than me." Within hours, the Nazis invaded the home of the anthropologist in Russia. So, si Timur is ni sikat po siya sa West tungod sa siyang victory over the Ottoman Turks. Then, today, he is a national hero in Uzbekistan and nag-iyang lubungan daw is protected by a jade slab with the word, "Where I live today, mankind will tremble." Then, another legend claims na during 1991, nakunoy Russian anthropologist nga ni-examine or ni tanaw sa ijang grave and nakita si jag another inscription adto nga, "Whose open my thumbs should unleash another invader more terrible than me." The Khanates. The Tartar ruled Siberia and Central Asia from the 16th to 18th century. So the coming of Russia, trading caravans and Tsarist troops, Russian expansion into North Asia began began in 1730 when Kazakhstan hordes surrendered to troops of the Tsar. After this, the Russian had carried out its new territory in North and Central Asia. Russia set up a centralized colonial system that the Czar and Moscow was regarded as the little father of Indian people. This colonial policy was paternalistic but not totally dictatorial. So during during sa ika-16 hanggang ika-18 ng siglo, nakita ang pagdating ng mga Russia, trading caravan at mga tropang sakris. Ang pagpapalawak ng Russia sa kahilagang Asya ay nagsimula noong 1730 nang sumuko ang mga sangkawan ng Kazakhstan sa mga tropa ng Caesar. Pagkatapos nito, naisagawa na ng mga Ruso ang bagong teritoryo nito sa Hilaga at Gitnang Asya. Nagtatag ang Russia ng isang sentralisadong sistemang kolonyal. Ang Tsar sa Moscow ay itinuring na munting ama ng mga mamamayan ng Andean. Ang kolonya na patakarang ito ay paternalistiko ngunit hindi ganap na dictatorial. All that changed, however, with the coming of communists after the 1970 Russian Revolution. Mongolia became an independent country in its inner half province of China. The 5 Central Asia states became part of the Sixth Republic of Soviet Union, USSR. So, lahat ay nagbago, gayunpaman sa pagdating ng mga komunista pagkatapos ng 1917 Russian Revolution. So, daghan daw na change ani during 1970 tungod sa Russian Revolution. Ang Mongolia ay naging isang malayang bansa at ang panloob na kalahati nito ay isang lalawigan ng China. So, ang Mongolia is nagkaroon sila ng freedom, then ang kalahati nito ay nahimong lalawigan ng China. Ang 5 estado ng Gitnang Asya ay bahagi na 16 republic na tinatawag na Soviet Union, USSR. So, ang 5 Central Asian state kay nahimong part sa Republic of Soviet Union, which is USSR. Private property was abolished as Stalin murdered 10 million Cossacks landowners. The local herders were forced to enter into collective farms and to work in heavy industry, which benefited the Kremlin planner in Moscow and only last their local needs. Russian advisor, technology scholars, and other professionals came to teach the Muslim Asian a new way of life method of education. The Cyrillic Russian language, European arts and science, and of course, communist ideology. Millions of people, whole nationalities from West Russia were deported to Siberia and Central Asia. Apart from the exiles and political criminals, inalis ang pribadong pag-aari dahil pinatay ni Stalin ang 10 milyong Cossacks. So, during ani nga time is mga tag-ija sa lupa kay pangpatay sila ni Stalin. Kay syempre gusto ni maija tanan bitaw. Then, ang mga lokal na pastol ay napilitang pumasok sa mga kolektibong sakahan at magtrabaho sa mabibigat na industriya na nakinabang sa tagaplano ng Kremlin sa Moscow at nagtataga lamang ng kanilang mga lokal na pangangailangan. Dumating ang mga tagapayo ng Russia. technologies, scholar at iba pang professional upang turuan ng mga Muslim na Asyano ng isang bagong paraan na pamumuhay. So niabot daw kanang Russia bitaw nga mga professional technologies, scholar at ibang professional upang turuan ng mga Muslim ng another way of para mabuhi bitaw sila another way of livelihood kay tungod lagi atong pampatay ang mga tag-idya sa mga sakahan inga na ni Stalin. Ang wikang Cyrillic na Russo, sining at agham sa Europa at syempre ang ideolohiyang komunista. Milyong-milyong tao, buong nasyonalidad mula sa kanlurang Rusya ang ipinatapon sa Siberia at gitnang Asya, bukod sa mga tapon at mga kriminal sa politika. The Soviet Communists modernized roads, railings, irrigation system, industry, education to be better exploit the area. Due to the region's isolation, the Kazakhs, Uzbeks, Kyrgyz, Tajik, and Turkmens remain a blending of culture and Inner Asia, Islamic, Turkic, Persian, and Mongolian. The Soviet presence left a legacy of oppression, ethnic tension, and environmental problems that native did not really like. Ginawang moderno ng komunistang Soviet, ginawang modern ng Soviet ang mga kalsada, rehas, sistema ng irigasyon, industriya at edukasyon upang mas mapagsamantalahan ang lugar. Dahil sa paghihiwalay ng kanilang mga rehiyon, ang mga Kazakh, Uzbek, Kyrgyz, Tajiks at Turkmenia ay nanatiling isang timpla ng mga kultura sa Inner Asia, Islamic, Turkic, Persian at Mongolia. Ang presensya ng Soviet ay nag-iwan ng pamana ng pang-aapi, tensyon sa etniko at mga problema sa kapaligiran na hindi talaga gusto ng mga katutubo. So, mula ka ni Ujun kaning mga tao aning lugar kay nakahatag po ning mga Soviet communist o mga problema nila. Contemporary era. After the collapse of the USSR in 1989, the five Central Asia states became independent. Although they are struggling democracy, three of them, Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan, have made great progress. Apart from these five independent republics, they are remnants of the old Turkeys and various neighboring countries, the Oighurs and the Xinjiang Autonomous Region. The Turkey region of southern Siberia remained with Russia. Matapos ang pabagsak ng USSR noong 1989, ang limang Central Asia ng stans ay naging malaya. So, ang lima ka stans ani kay naging malaya sila. Bagamat sila ay nakikipagpunyagi sa mga demokrasya, tatlo sa kanila, Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan at Kazakhstan ay gumawa ng malaking pag-unlad. So, ang tulo ato nila, which is Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan is nakahimo kunog na paunlad kuno nila ang ilang lugar. So, ni-exil silang tulo. Bahagi mula sa limang independent na republika na ito, may mga labi ng mga lumang Turkey sa iba't ibang kalapit na bansa. Ang mga Oighurs sa Xinjiang Autonomous Region, Turkey. Ang mga rehiyon ng Timog Siberia ay nanatili sa Russia. So, ag-uban pod is nanatili ra sila sa Russia. Ag-ubang nabilin nga mga relihiyon. Ang nabilin nga mga lugar ba, nagpabilin sila sa Russia. Ang mga tao ito nagpabilin sila sa Russia. Turkey region also remain in Afghanistan as whole and northern area of Pakistan. Ang mga sumunod na bansa ay ang Turkey is nagpabilin sila sa northern area of Pakistan. And the post of 1911 global war on terror, the Central Asia region have become of strategic importance to big power plays again. Sa post na 1911 na global war or terror, ang leyon ng gitnang Asya ay naging estratehikong kahalagahan sa muling paglalaro ng malaking kapangyarihan. Sinasabing ang mga rehiyon ay madaling kapitan ng kawalang tatag at mga salungatan sa etniko na walang pakiramdam ng pambansa o reliyon na pagkakakinlanlan. So, kaning region is parang murag sila ikaugalingon nga identity ba mo dali ra pud sila masakop. Then during sa kaning 9/11 global war and theory is kuan man ni siya mo ni katong war bitaw nga nahitabo sa Afghanistan. Then 9/11 is kuan ni siya terrorist attack nga ni mo na ni-refer siya sa 9/11 terrorist attack na siya nga nahitabo during 2001 sa Afghanistan. So sila is wa man sila sariling pagkakinalan. So dali ra jud sila murag nasakop sa katong mga terrorist bitaw sa moto. The following country project their influence into the area. Russia as the former overload, China due to Tibet oil and energy issue, and the Uyghurs in its Xinjiang province that have links with Uyghurs in the Central Asia republics. Turkey due to ethnic and linguistic ties, an oil pipeline and other economic ties. Iran, the seat of historical empires that dominated Central Asia with historical and cultural links and oil interests. Pakistan with interest in natural gas and oil and access to the sea. Ang mga sumunod na bansa ay nagpakita ng kanilang impluensya sa lugar. Russia bilang ang dating overload, China dahil sa mga isyu sa Tibet, langis at enerhiya, at ang mga Uyghurs sa Xinjiang province. Nito naman may mga links sa mga Uyghurs sa Central Asia Republic. Turkey dahil sa ugnayang etniko at linguistiko sa isang pipilay ng langis at iba pang ugnayang pang-ekonomiya. Iran ang upuan ng mga makasaysayang imperyo na nangingbabaw sa gitnang Asya na may mga makasaysayang at kultural na mga link at mga interes sa langis. Pakistan na may interes sa natural na gas at langis at akses sa dagat. So that will be the end of my discussion. Thank you for listening.